What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about it. And in this video, I want to share 21 psychotic, unhinged, threatening, harassing, stalking emails from John David Ekping-Young. You guys are not going to believe the batshit crazy emails this guy's been sending me. It's kind of comical, but they're just deranged. And he does not want the public to know about these things. And if that was the case, why would you even send them to me in the first place? If you guys haven't already, I've got 3 videos on this channel exposing this lunatic. And again, I got nothing to gain to mislead or lie to the public, to lie to you guys. You know, it's in the public's best interest to know about this beating I've been taking behind closed doors in this Kitchener-Waterloo courthouse. What this courthouse and these judges and these prosecutors and the police and the Law Society all collectively continue to allow this unhinged lawyer to get away with. I've got a video on my channel titled "The Lawyer Who Crossed the Line, 3 Years of Lies, Fraud, and Injustice." You can see in that video some of the batshit crazy stuff he's been doing. Exposing gaslighting and lies in court. You can see a handful of emails of more crap and lunatic behavior this lawyer's been doing and getting away with. And then you've got that video of that audio recording I have with this lawyer admitting he lied to the courts, admitting his client never spent $160,000 where he ignorantly and foolishly asked for. And, my life's been turned upside down for what this courthouse has done to me. With this court staff, with these judges, these prosecutors, the police turning a blind eye, the Law Society. So I'm going to get into this video and I want to share with everyone all these 21 batshit crazy emails from John David Ekping-Young. They're not in chronological order, but they've been sent to me primarily this past year of May and June of 2025. There's also an email in there that he sent to the judge's assistant, Miss Goodwin, where he straight up, I found out after going through these documents, this lawyer commissioned the restraining order application without his client's signature, and they all allowed it. And that is a big no-no. Lawyers are not supposed to commission documents without their client's signature, and this lawyer did that to an application. And this isn't the first time this lawyer's commissioned documents without his client's signature. So let's just get into this first email here. June 28th, 2025. How many aliases do you have? People who use so many aliases like you often engage in criminal acts. Your mind is filled with evil. There is no explanation for having so many aliases. You have so many email addresses. You have more than 8 aliases. The PI told me this, and I doubted him. I intend to inform Facebook and YouTube to determine who you work for. Are you a Russian agent with so many aliases? That's just batshit crazy right there. And that's only the first one. Number 2, June 6, 2025. If you have something important to tell me, go to the post office and mail me a letter. You have abused the freedom to email and text me because you have been an airhead. The drugs you have been consuming have impaired your brain. You are a drooling imbecile, a certifiable cretin. Number 3, June 7th, 2025. Your best friend's girlfriend told me you have been sleeping with her behind her friend's back. She said you are a lowlife and shameless criminal. You are impaired by drugs to be sleeping with your best friend's girl. What a pathetic jerk. Before I get into this new one, think about it. What kind of fucking lunatic lawyer would be sending these things to people? Okay? You're a lawyer. This freaking guy is a lawyer. You're supposed to be professional at all times. This is straight up crap what this guy is sending me. and how this law society and the police and everyone else that I've reached out to continue to turn a blind eye and allow this crap to happen to me. Especially the Halton Region Police, who I reached out to after all these emails were sent to me in May and June, and they did absolutely nothing. And that will be the follow-up video for this. I'm not even going to get into the numbers. I'm just going to get into them. There's 21 emails of this lunatic behavior. May 8th, 2025. I will tell the Barrie Police that the court has been asked to declare you a vexatious litigant. The $3.5 million windfall, the $3.5 million windfall from the lawsuit that you are expecting will not proceed. Keep running your mouth. June 5th, 2025. Are you not making monthly payments to CIBC? That means you are working, and that means you cannot declare bankruptcy. Get cocky. Soon, Donna will find who your employer is. Your wages will be garnished. Later, I will send a writ of seizure and sale of property that I've obtained from the court on Monday. I only changed my mind because you are not really the owner of the car until the lien is paid off. You pay CIBC, but you don't want to pay Donna. This is what a fucking lunatic this lawyer is, okay? This lawyer who's probably gotten his license out of a cereal box, okay? All I've been trying to do is make payments. There's 25 plus emails of trying to do that, and he's sitting here gaslighting in the emails into the courts. And see how he's threatening me to send a sheriff here to take all my stuff out? Like, this is all on this lawyer. He's taking this on personally, and he's clearly trying to go for blood. June 28, 2025. I am sending all the court cases you have lost to Facebook and YouTube as evidence that you are a sore loser. And that is the underlying reason you have engaged in defamatory campaign against me and Donna. I will be asking Facebook and YouTube to ban you outright from their platforms. And wait for another surprise. Wait for another surprise. You know? Like, what a coward. This guy is such a coward. He would never do this in my face. And when he did, he had, at the courthouse, he had 3 police officers in between us. This guy is a straight up coward. June 28th, 2025. You are also Lee Dawson, are you not? The only valid reason to have so many aliases is to commit a crime undetected. You don't want to be found out. June 27th, 2025. I hope you have received the judgment today. You have been declared a vexatious litigant. Next matter against you is contempt motion. I gave you enough rope to hang yourself and you grabbed it with both hands. Your YouTube videos are coming in as evidence. Your Charter of Rights and Freedoms are confined to matters involving the government. Donna and I don't represent the government in any capacity, so you don't have the right to slander us with impunity and members of the judiciary. Do you see what he's doing? So he served me motion of contempt 3 times, filled with a bunch of fucking bullshit, and he keeps referencing to what I'm saying about what happened to me, this judicial abuse. So when I get into a video showing these materials, which is absolutely bullshit, he's got friggin' like 50 exhibits into 3, which aren't proper. He keeps referring to the judges. Oh, he's talking so bad about these judges and da-da-da. This is the angle he's trying to go on. If you don't want me talking around fucking abuse, judicial abuse, this lawyer's abuse, then don't be doing this shit to people. Because everything I've ever said is factual and is truth. So, yeah, he's threatening me again or putting me in contempt. All this lawyer has done. Family court, garnishment. He's trying to get me in contempt. He's got me in small claims court. He's got me as a vexatious litigant. He's got me in superior court. This lawyer will not leave me alone. You want to talk about vexatious behavior? This is what this lawyer is doing. June 7, 2025. I have silenced all unknown calls so my phone won't even ring. You can call 1,000,000 times. The calls will not go through as it will not ring. So get a life and don't waste your time. You overdo yourself every time. It is for this reason the court was asked to declare you a vexatious litigant. Because you don't know when to stop. Idiot like you type think the more you harass Donna, the more you will have your way. That is why you phone me ad nauseum, text me ad nauseum, email ad nauseum. You know, all I've been trying to do is civilly resolve these matters, and this fucking bonehead won't let me do that. He sits here and plays these games with these twisted and psychotic emails when all I'm trying to do is resolve these things. All I've been trying to do is drop the small claims court case that he never filed a defense. He was noted in default. You know, all they're trying to do is just, like I said, put me on the streets and bankrupt me. Because that, you know, it's clear as day. They don't want the money. She's got about $3 million lined up. And, you know, she was to cash out. And let's not forget, this woman dealt with a high-profile divorce before about a year or two before she dragged me in there. And I'm pretty certain this trial judge was a part of that high-profile divorce. So this is a business for this woman. And these judges know her. This lawyer even told me she's very familiar with the courthouse and the court staff. June 6, 2025. If you have something important to tell me, go to the post office and mail me a letter. You have abused the freedom to email me and text me because you have an airhead. Okay, we've been through that one. There was one point I asked him to leave me alone. And I gave him fair warning on June the 5th. I said, buddy, why don't you stop being a fucking retard and leave me alone? Do you know what my restraining order says, what I can do and what I cannot do? There's what I cannot do. Nothing in there says I cannot post an image of what. So I just wish you would leave me the fuck alone and start accepting payments, because all you've demonstrated is that you are refusing to accept payments. You're psychotic, you're unhinged, you're incompetent, you're delusional, you're really good at gaslighting, and I'm just going to continue to expose the fuck out of you until you leave me alone. And what does he do? He responds to me with this. I just dissuaded Donna from sending the sheriff to seize your GMC black SUV parked in the underground, park and stall 21. The reason is because there is a lien on the truck and CIBC is the lien holder. You are owing about $36,000 on the truck to CIBC, and Donna would have to pay the sheriff of the regional municipality Halton $5,000 to sell the truck, and $5,000 would be added to what you already owe. The proceeds of the sale would be applied to the lien holder first, and then the balance would be used to pay Donna. It is for this reason I dissuaded Donna from sending the sheriff to her. Now that you know that Donna is serious about getting her money back, think about it. We know your parking spot, number 21. This guy's stalking me. They will not accept a payment plan. Like, this is fucking just nuts. Whether I represent Donna or not, another lawyer will still represent Donna. Are you going to constantly attack Donna's lawyers? Talking to you is like talking to a wall. Donna hired me to do her job. You get angry and insult me. In effect, you are telling me to do my job. Do you tell your lawyer who represents you in other cases to do your job? It makes you come off as a drooling imbecile, not to know how lawyers work. In the case you don't know, my clients are very happy with me because I do my job diligently. Mark my words, you will pay what you owe. If garnishment will not force you to pay, watch what comes next. There are several ways to skin a cat. Like, this is just straight up psychotic. The insults, this guy doesn't know how to do his job. The judges did his job for him. He sits there with his nose high thinking he's, he's Shakespeare with these emails. This lawyer does not know what he's doing. How many documents he's commissioned without being unsigned to is out without his client's signature. This lawyer couldn't even respond to a small claims matter. But because look what happened to me. They actually put that on hold. Right? So are the courts informing this lawyer? Like, you know what, don't worry about it. We're going to fix him up. We're going to take care of him. Because that's what it kind of seems like when you see what this lawyer has gotten away with. Now, this is the email where he admitted to stalking me. And this is what led to me reaching out to the Halton Region Police. And that's when I got in contact with Tyrone Garner, who was absolutely useless, telling me to go file a private prosecutions, which don't work. Telling me he was getting like snarky with me in my emails. You know, I'm going to be getting into a whole video, and exactly why the Halton Region Police should be wearing body cams, because of the emails that I share with you guys, how he twists things around that aren't true. And had he worn a body cam, it would be confirmed that he was misleading in his emails. May 15th, 2025. I have a dossier of documents about you. My PI followed you all the way to the cemetery when you attended the other day. Followed you even to the restaurant. Followed you to square one where you refused to come out of your truck. By the way, you are not allowed to have such tinted glasses on your truck, so don't try me. I know where you are working in Hamilton. At some point, you remain locked at your home as if you were being quarantined. I told you that you make it really easier for things for my PI. This is what a lunatic John David Ekping-Young is. Stalking me with a private investigator because he does not want to receive payment. He will not let me send payments. There's been no discussion. This coward ran to the court, started a garnishment application, and when we got in front of Justice Martha Ann Tweedy, I lost that garnishment application, and this lawyer didn't file any materials. The same judge who blocked out nearly 2 pages of transcript, who was covering up a major misconduct in that courthouse, and she filled out their trial schedule endorsement form, which Rule 17, Subrule 11 states parties must fill out, serve, and file that form before any trial is ever scheduled. She did that, and they never even filed that form. And that trial coordinator's office, I believe it was Salone French, scheduled a trial without that form. And she's been in that office for well over 10 years. May 14th, 2025. Is it true the police have 8 criminal charges against you? No wonder you act so shamelessly. March 9th, 2025, Sunday, 5:27 in the morning. This is where he's first trying to caught wind of these my channel, and where I'm trying to share with the public the abuse I've taken from these two. And he's notorious for emailing me on the weekends, early hours, on holidays. He says to me, and this is when he asked me to take down my last channel, which I did, and I didn't have to. Called the Halton Region Police. They called me. They weren't helpful either. 5:27 on a Sunday, he sends me, the police aren't concerned with the criminal law. They don't know anything about civil law. The police are concerned with criminal law. They don't know anything about civil law. If you lose a civil law motion for contempt of court, you will face imprisonment or fine. To prove contempt of court, I have to show, 1, that there was an order, court, that you did not obey. 2, that you were given a warning for your actions constitute a breach of the order of the court and given a time frame to remedy the situation, that your actions constitute deliberate and intention or willful violation of the court order, that your actions constitute contemptuous defiance of the integrity of the court. Every court order is deemed to be correct. In this case, you have lost an appeal, so you are bound by the order and you know about the order. You have no defense, so don't say you were warned. And then I responded to him, what do you want to do? Right? More psychotic behavior, unhinged behavior, emailing me at 5:27 on a Sunday. I responded to this motion in contempt. This lawyer is sick in the head and he's trying to put me in jail over a family court restraining order that was never signed with a woman I never had any domestic violence with, that was never married with, had children, or lived with. The Court of Appeal was a disaster. That judge accepted, Justice Lisa Favreau accepted his materials 10 minutes before the motion, unsigned, uncommissioned. And, I responded to this motion of contempt, and eventually I'll be doing a whole video of all of his materials because he's still threatening to pull me into that court. And he's just sick in the head. Here's an email in March at 3:54 in the morning. See how you are calling like a deranged man? Right? And then the last one here, where he straight up lied to so I caught wind of this email. I'm not sure if I said this one already, but it's the last one. I caught wind of that restraining order that was never signed. And that's a rule, family law rule, that dozens of judges ignored, dozens of court staff ignored. And when I found out about it and I brought it up to Justice Michael Gibson, he completely ignored it. Just like he ignored all those other rules, the restraining order application never signed. The trial schedule endorsement form was never filed with the court. The trial record was served to me 8 days before, not 20. And then I was given less than 24 hours notice of this trial. And when I brought all this up to Justice Gibson, he said, quote unquote, we're here now, we're going to deal with it. Right? So that told me right there how stacked this proceeding was going to be against me. It was already stacked up leading up until that point. May 23rd, 2024, and this is also when we were submitting cost to Justice Gibson, and I included this. Dear Ms. Goodwin, the allegation that the application was improperly filed is false. That is incredible that all the honorable justices, namely Justice Salone, Justice Walter, and Justice Bingham, glossed over this glaring error, and it took a layman, the respondent, 2 years to detect. The respondent is obviously not happy about the outcome of the lawsuit. I can authoritatively state that the application was immaculately filed without error, and the court registered vetted the application before accepting it. Any assertion to the contrary is inaccurate. Regard John David Ekpingyang. Okay? You know how many affidavits this courthouse accepted that were unsigned and uncommissioned? You know how many applications were accepted unsigned, uncommissioned, or left at my doorway without proper service? This isn't just a coincidence. This court allowing this judge to get away with me, or this court allowing this lawyer to get away with what he's done to me. I can speculate why Justice Gibson wrote down on that endorsement what he wrote. The amount of money he ordered me to pay, took zero consideration of my financial situation, expecting me to pay money, $60,000 that was never paid, in a time of where Canada had its highest inflation rate of 2024. This isn't a coincidence. This is judicial abuse. This is a lawyer who is caught red-handed, being psychotic, being unhinged, taking this all on personally. He is threatening me in these emails. He is harassing me, and he's admitted to stalking me. And you know what? It's like almost post-stress traumatic disorder. Anytime I go out my door, I'm almost like, what's going to be there now? What application is this fucking bonehead going to leave at my door now? What's he going to get away with? This lawyer will not stop harassing me. This lawyer is being prosecuted by the Law Society Tribunal for ripping off people in the past. And I believe it was the Legal Aid Ontario or a client or something that's going on there that they are trying to have this lawyer license revoked, because this isn't the first time this lawyer's done this. When this lawyer, if you go on Canley and you search his name, you're going to see back in the day, 2012, there's a couple cases he represented himself. A judge called him irrigorous, abusive, and vexatious. He tried to sue a staffing agency, I believe it was, for like $1.2 million because he slipped on a bag of milk while working in a warehouse. It's the same name. I'm assuming it's the same individual. And, I'm going to leave the video with that, to share with everyone the abuse I've been continuing to take from this lawyer. He's got me in small claims now for defamation because I hurt his feelings. You know that he submitted this application to the court back in April of 2024 while all this other court shit was going on, and they want to call me vexatious. This is a lawyer who will not leave me alone, who will not drop his cases, will not allow me to drop the cases I had, the small claims court that they never responded to, unless I gave into extortion of $8,000. The public needs to be aware of this lawyer and be aware about these bodies, how they are allowing an individual, the Law Society, these judges who have commented on his inappropriate behavior, but they continue to hang me in court and drown me with court costs that are absurd. You know, to this date, I owe over $110,000 in court costs plus interest. And that's just from 2 judges. Justice Ian Smith ordered me to pay $35,000, which is absolutely absurd. I've got a video on my channel going into that case. And then you've got Justice Michael Gibson ordered me to pay $60,000. You got Justice Lisa Favreau ordered me to pay $7,000 over a 2-page affidavit and a 2-page factum and a 8-page affidavit that was unsigned and uncommissioned and served to me less than 12 hours from that hearing. It's insane what I'm going through. And nobody should be surprised that I'm doing these videos, and nobody should be surprised that I'm upset. And if you are, you're part of the problem. And you're supporting this unethical behavior and this judicial abuse. That's all that's happening. I just want to go on with my life. I just want to work, and I can't do that when I'm stuck in a web of psychotic behavior. So if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. Please share this video. Please like and comment, and be very mindful about dealing with the courts, the court staff, and this lawyer. Don't waste your time filing complaints. They don't work. I can get into a video of 20 plus complaints that I've filed, and they've all been dismissed. There's a clear pattern of this all boys club, and the public should be mindful about if you're involved in these court cases, or if you're thinking about getting in these court cases, you need to be very mindful and avoid it at all costs. And you should get familiar with psychotic behavior and psychopaths. And if you identify someone who is psychotic or has psychopath behaviors, right, I'll tell you right now, you avoid them at all costs. You will not win against them. You will not. And that's exactly what's happening to me. You see how I cannot win in these courts and with this lawyer and all these people? Because it's psychotic behavior that us, the public, are all fronting the bill. So I just hope these courts are happy, because you guys just took out one of the hardest working blue-collar tradespeople out there that was paying. The amount of tax I paid last year was insane. On record, I think I made $130,000. The amount of taxes I paid is insane. And you know what? I don't think they're ever going to get that again for me. And to be honest, if I could figure out a way to, I don't know. Why would I want to contribute to paying these? I know we need to make a living, but I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay into these taxes anymore to front these public servants to continue to get away with abuse. So 21 emails. Psychotic, unhinged, threatening, stalking, harassing emails from John David Ekping Young. And that's just half of them. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to end the video there.